This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We are 2 days away from fight night. Willie Hutchinson is back in the ring against Lennox Clark. A big step up.
Yeah, it's a big step up. You know, Lennox has got experience. He's been in a British title fight before. He's mature, a good kid. Yeah, so it's a big test for Willie.
Some people are suggesting it might be a step up too soon. What would you say to them, Dom?
Do you know what? There's always going to be them people who think that, and it could be a step up too soon. But you know, I've had Lennox at the gym. He sparred Kell Brook, Liam Williams, Billy Joe Saunders. He's always give a good account of himself. He's a tough kid, very heavy-handed. But by Willie's own words, if he can't beat Lennox Clark, then he's not really got a future in boxing, and that's no disrespect to Lennox. That's just saying that he's a tough kid. He's like a gatekeeper, so to speak. And if you haven't really got, what it takes to get to the top, then you're not going to beat the likes of Lennox Clark, no matter what. So, we had Lerone Richards at the gym for a couple of spars last year with Willie, and we've had him this week sparring Liam Williams. Fantastic spar. I mean, I see the difference in Lerone Richards now. He's been training at Sheffield S&C Boxing Science. Lifting some serious weights, getting his fitness up, and he's a different animal, really. And we've had some chats with him about Lennox Clark. And, he said, he's a tough kid, he can punch, he just can't get hit. If you can keep moving, keep popping and moving, you'll win the fight. But he said, if you stand there with him and mix it up, he says, he'll probably take your head off because he can punch. So we've got the inside on it, the inside knowledge on him, and we know what the plan is. And no matter what we think about Willie being a puncher and everything else, Willie's got to fight a clever fight to beat Lennox Clark. So he's got it all to do, and hopefully on Saturday he'll be the new British and Commonwealth champion.
Okay, a lot of hype around him recently, and deservedly so after the performances that we have seen from Willie in the ring. Do you feel like there's a little bit of pressure now mounting on yourself and Willie, considering some of the comments that we are hearing from people in boxing about Willie?
No, not really. I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to what people say. I honestly don't. I've got my idea of how things need to be done, and we stick to that plan. And even when people are telling me how great Willie Hutchinson is, or people are pumping him up, somebody's got to keep the feet on the ground, and he keeps his feet on his ground, and so do I. So we don't believe the hype or the comments that are being passed saying he's going to be this, he's going to walk in to be a world champion. It's not. It's hard work. You don't get anywhere believing hype. So I'm not under any illusion. Willie's under no illusion whatsoever. Like I said, we've got his feet firmly planted on the ground, and we know it's going to be a hard night on Saturday night. But I believe we've done the work. That Willie's done the work, and the sparring he's done over the past 12 months with the likes of Joshua Boatse, Shakan Pitters. Lerone Richards, all the, even Liam Williams. I mean, Liam Williams is like knocking lumps off, light heavyweights. And, the spars he's been having with Willie, he's, you pay to see him. So I know what Willie's got. I know he can take a shot, I know he can give a shot, I know he's got the fitness, I know he's going to be good at the weight. So, we just have to roll on Saturday night and see what happens, see how it goes.
Well, best of luck to both Willie and Lennox on Saturday night. Dom, let's talk about Liam Williams. I hear he's absolutely flying. Killer's told me, Willie's told me himself as well. How is Liam doing ahead of April 17th in Miami?
Yeah, he's in a good place. He's been in camp a long time. He's been consistent over the last 12 months, obviously fought, and he's been in training camps. He had a touch of COVID months back, got through that. So he's looking good in the gym, he's looking solid, he's had some great spars. We've had some great spars with a guy from Sheffield called Shaq Thompson, fantastic spars. Very awkward southpaw, rangy. And, it's a case of Liam dealing with the problems that southpaws bring, because Andrade is a very good southpaw, very tricky, very awkward. And, it's a case of closing around and getting the work in, and he's had so much variation in sparring with different southpaws. He's dealing with it, and he's had a great spar today with Lerone Richards, second one. Got some next week, and then we're off to America hopefully 2 weeks before. So, he's on target. It's always going to be a big ask going over to America and beating, the American in his own backyard. But, I believe Liam can do it. He's got the tools to do it, and he's on a good run. And he's 28. I think Andrade's 32, and it counts for a lot, at that age. He's a super fit kid, Liam Williams. He's going to keep the pressure on Andrade and make him work for every minute of the round. So, eventually that'll pay off and he'll start landing his shots.
We can't wait for April 17th, a brilliant fight between Demetrius and Liam Williams. Dom, any updates on Kid Galahad with this fight with Jazza Dickens? Because it was rumoured to be landing on May 1st Sky Sports card, the one that's pay-per-view. Where are we at with Galahad Dickens?
Well, obviously it's not on that one anymore, is it? So, I'm just waiting now for some information off MTK, off Lee Eaton from MTK. I've messaged him today, he's going to let me know as soon as possible. So, I would imagine there'll be a date change on that. It's just a case of where we don't want it too far, past that date of 1st of May, because we're obviously trying to work to a schedule. But, we want to work with them and make that date work. And so we're just waiting now. Obviously Galahad's in training, he's always on it. So we just have to wait for that date to be announced.
Okay, and just before we close off, I do want to get your thoughts on a big heavyweight rematch this weekend between Alexander Povetkin and Dillian Whyte. Repeat or revenge for you, Dom?
It was a bit of a shock the first time, but Povetkin at 40 years old, he's a model pro, really, isn't he? And he's had a touch of COVID, and I think it affects people when they've had COVID, especially when they're older. Maybe that's going to play its part, and obviously Dillian's worked on the mistakes. It's an odd one to call. I'd like to say that Dillian's going to win. I think he got the guy beat, and he just got a little bit complacent. So I think he'll have his game plan worked out a little bit different, and if he thinks about what he's doing, doesn't go as gung-ho, and realises that the likes of Povetkin, they are patient even when they've been dropped and they're hurt. They'll get back off the floor and they'll give you a fight, and maybe Dillian underestimated him in that sense. So I think this time he'll have a clearer view of what Povetkin's all about. And I think before that he'd only lost to Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. So he's no mug. He's not like an easy fight. So he probably humbled Dillian in a way, and he's come back and he'll come back stronger. So I'm thinking a close points win for Dillian Whyte.
I've seen a lot of people suggest that Dillian should be more aggressive in this one, jump on him more. But do you really want to be trading off with someone like Alexander Povetkin?
Not really, because how many times you've seen him numerous times get off the floor and beat people, or be on the floor and get through the fight. So he's a good pro, he's got to be around at 40 years old and still boxing. So you can go in with that kind of approach, jump on him and run the risk of getting caught and getting knocked out. So he's got to be smart, Dillian Whyte. He's got to box him, drop power shots on him when he needs to, start taking it out of him, and just play it safe. Box clever. And not going gung-ho and get caught with something stupid.
Okay, Dom, thank you very much for your time here on IFL TV. Best of luck with Willie this Saturday night on BT Sport, and also with Liam Williams out in Miami, all right?
Thank you very much.